Thank you for supporting Glaring Info channel. The hostages are being held in locations that are difficult to get to, but not out of reach, Buba says. Can you imagine? This military chief is saying that the hostages are being held in locations that are difficult to go to or to get to, but not out of reach. And this is with respect to the Kaduna kidnap victims now that have been held and are asking for $1 billion, $1 billion naira ransom before these people can be released. The military is now exposing their weaknesses and all of that. This is very, very bad. So according to a report from The Sun, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, condemns the treatment of the hostages as being against all norms of human behavior and the laws of armed conflict. So he acknowledges that the situation is difficult but not impossible to resolve, and states that the terrorists are desperate to avoid troops as they come under increasing military pressure. Okay, he said they are holding these citizens against their will and all norms of human behavior and against the laws of armed conflict and any good measure in the world. No doubt this is a difficult situation, but not one that is insurmountable. So the hostage situation is an extremely sensitive one, which unfortunately is not unprecedented in the history of the ongoing war. These hostages are being held in locations that are difficult to get to, but not out of reach. The situation is, however, indicative of the desperation of these terrorists to avoid troops' onslaught by all means. Okay, so what are you trying to say now? The location they are is difficult to get to, but not out of reach, and the situation is not insurmountable. So go and do something now. We have military intelligence. Can't you round them up? There's a way you round them up, they will surrender. So what I would say, don't you have military intelligence? Don't you have the wherewithal to round wherever they are? Even if it means getting over 1,000 troops, can't we get 1,000 troops, round them up with the people and then disarm them and get the people out? We understand that it might be very difficult because the more you come close, the more they start killing the victims so that you go back. That is what they do. But at the end of the day, we should have a better way of handling this situation because the military is already compromised. We also need to look at why the military is so compromised. That is it. We need to know why the military is so compromised and fix it. This idea of Igbo, outside Yoruba is a big problem, and everybody is interested in himself, his own region, and his own people. That is why Nigeria cannot continue to be one, because as long as it remains one, they can never fight a common cause. Everybody has his own prevailing personal interest, his prevailing regional interest, his prevailing religious or party interest, so prevailing ethnic interest. So there are several sentiments and several interests that are so disorganized and incompatible with each other that are leading to the state of disharmony in Nigeria today. So with all that they are saying here, it goes ahead to show that the military actually is confused because they don't know what to do to go and rescue those people. That what they're telling us is just like, letting us know their shortcomings, letting us know their weaknesses, letting us know why they are not functioning the way they should function, so that by the time the kidnap is delaying or recovery of those people is delaying, we wouldn't blame them. What a military. Eh? What a military. And in the comment section, somebody's already reacting to what this General Buba is saying. Somebody saying, is this one a military? Even hunters can't talk like this. Yes, just tell us you are afraid to confront these criminals. I can't believe in this 21st century, a ragtag set of criminals is holding a whole nation to ransom and nothing is being done. Everyone keeps speaking useless grammar. It is an abomination. That is what it is. That is what it is, I tell you the truth. I thought say because they have backings from well-to-do people. If not, how can uneducated will be talking about trillions and billions as ransom? Eh? And another is saying to a country that cares for its citizens, it is an abomination. Here, allowance is being paid for speaking grammar and not for fighting terrorism. Exactly. Exactly. Truly speaking, that is it. If terrorism is being backed by people who are untouchable, there is no government in the power. The president is the head of the state and the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, including all other security agencies. So if it were the president, in order for spy drones, okay, and use some helicopters, then deploy 2 battalion, detachment mobile police force, and get the Navy involved in checking the inland waterways. All security apparatuses will be deployed immediately to combat the terrorists. The amount these terrorists demand is twice the budget of the nation annually. So with such huge amount demanded, it means that they are in the country of their waging war or waging war against Nigeria. This one is bad though. Some say it is not, I know, that we don't even have any intelligence in our nation, okay, in our nation security apparatus. For a whole defense headquarter to be talking like this, it is a shame to our nation, Nigeria. I tell you the truth. And that is why they can't even face Nigeria Republic, not to talk of Ghana, not to talk of Mali, before they talk about all the terrorists. Nigeria is finished. And so it's shocking to hear this coming from the military. We've lost it all. If untrained, uncivilized non-entities could go there and make themselves comfortable and protected, but the trained and paid will find it practically impossible to get there, is something else. It's really something else. This statement can only come from a weakling or a conspirator. This one is that they are conspirators. They are more than weaklings. That is the truth. They are absolutely more than weaklings. How can you tell us that where the bandits are, that they are very difficult to reach, but not reachable? What are you trying to tell us? Is this the reason why you are delaying before you help bring those people out? Is it that you don't have armor, you don't have weapons to go and attack them? Or is it that you are trying to display intelligence to avoid losing any of the victims? This military has not said anything yet. All I see from these people is that they are compromised. The Boko Haram that have been, recruited into the military after the rehabilitation has compromised the military. The Hausas are not agreeing with the Yorubas and the Igbos in the military. So now the military is not even one in the first place. The Hausas are protecting the interests of the North, while the Igbos and the Yorubas are there speaking grammar. They don't even know what to protect. So Gumi, and all of them in the North, are all working to preserve themselves, preserve their people. It means that they're in support of what they're doing because they want to continue to dominate Nigeria at all costs. People like Sheikh Gumi, people like El-Rufai's son, all those people, people like something Ahmad, all these people, they know where these bandits are in the North. The earlier you just take them, and then the better for peace to reign in this country. Quite unfortunate. So thank you for listening. That is the weakness of the military exposed.